Hey, this is Annie or Liucid, and this channel is all about creativity and sparking that up. And so last year in my adult gap year, I was thinking about ways in which I can build a foundation for some side hustles. Specifically, I was thinking about ways of generating different income streams. And I'll be honest, the term income streams might be a super generous term for myself anyways, so it's more like fun money streams, and I'll go over some of my different streams as well as the ones that I've dabbled in, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you so that you have an idea / some potential options of what is possible for you as a creative. And with that, let's dive right in and let's get some bread and let's get lucid. So to begin, I'm going to put aside the fact that I'm a full-time designer and the investing part of it. Just put that aside and focus mainly on the side hustle part of being a creative. So I've broken it down into 3 categories. We have freelancing, products, and teaching. Some more passive than others and some more active than others, and they might merge a bit. So for the first stream, we have freelancing, and I did a bit of freelancing / commission projects / pieces, and some of my big ones were the Adobe project grant, as well as I think I have my current job because in part due to the fact that I did a freelancing gig with them. And so this stream could actually be one that's pretty big, but it's also pretty active. So, if clients aren't coming to you, that means you're looking for clients. And on top of that, then you have to do your proposal. And on top of that, then you have to come to an agreement. And on top of that, you have to, do your contracts, get those signed, and then you can start on the projects. Of course, it could be a little bit more passive in that, if you finish the piece, maybe you get commissions, maybe that's inside your contract. But for myself, didn't do any of that. It was more of a, project-based fee. And once you wrap up, that's kind of it. And so totally active for myself. And I think the other part too of it, I also did illustrated commission pieces, and for those I was kind of just illustrating for fun for friends mainly. And when I think about it in the lens of high impact / high income, so the high impact part, it's like, sure, my friends / me are happy, but the income part, that's pretty low. So it was $50 and I was spending around 4 hours doing a piece. So that to me didn't check the box there, so I won't be focusing my energy on the freelancing realm. That's kind of more in the back burner and for fun / if I have some time. So moving on to the topic of products, we have our digital products and we have our physical products. So for physical products, me and my sister actually started a sticker shop in 2020 / COVID times. And for that, if we go back into the checklist of high impact, high income, the impact part was probably there because it was fun for us to do and other people saw the value of that. But the income part for us was really low, but it could be different for yourself, maybe depending on products / your audience base. And so for us, it didn't quite work out that well in the realm of income, but it was fun to do. And for physical products, I've also worked with La Corgi, which is a Instagram famous corgi. And for that, we created cards, merch, etc. And for that one, again, it's very active in that not only were we designing, we were also, sourcing materials / packaging, shipping, and all of that. And so for this stream, I guess, / the physical route, this route can be really active. And for myself, I don't really like active stuff / I like it to be maybe active in the beginning and then towards the end to kind of just sit back and relax and just collect, which, we'll move on to the other realm of products, which is digital. And for digital, that for me is course creation. And this is where I'm like, okay, this is high impact and high income / potential high income for myself right now. It's still fun money, but I see the potential of it. And so that's where I'm going to focus more of my energy into. And so what I really like about, course creation is that it's more passive in that, sure, you have to, film the video / you have to script it, you have to plan for it and all of that. But after that, you kind of just sit back and relax. Maybe sometimes you'll have to update the course a bit, but it's pretty passive in comparison to the other ones. So for example, my Skillshare class, I created that back in, 2020 of March, and it's still collecting money like every month. And so for me, that's super cool to see, just because I'm like, I'm not doing anything anymore and it's still generating some fun money. And so that kind of brings me into the third topic, which is teaching. But before I move on to the topic of teaching, there's actually an assortment of digital products that you can do. For myself, it was digital courses, but for you, it could be templates, it could be, photo mock-ups, it could be etc. And the cool thing about that is that all of the transaction happens online, and so you don't have to physically go out and ship products. And yeah, the other thing too is it doesn't run out of supplies. And so that's digital products in a nutshell. And moving on to teaching, which I briefly touched upon with the digital courses, which can be more passive in that it can be a potential evergreen content / product, but it can also be more active. And for myself, that looks like being an Adobe mentor, doing those one-on-one sessions, or it's, holding doodle sessions for kids / doodle workshops with the Chinese American Museum / Skillshare. And hopefully more places to come. That might be in the works, but with that, that's kind of where I'm focusing more of my energy into, because for me, it's a more fulfilling space where I do get to check off that high impact and then high potential income checklist. And so with that, that's kind of my different streams. And of course, there are different streams that I didn't quite touch upon. So things like NFTs, which I dabbled in a bit, and I actually sold my first piece to one of my friends a couple of months ago. But besides the point, I think in a related stream though, when it comes to products, you can also get those licensed and you can talk about royalties. But overall, all this is to say that there are so many different avenues to take when it comes to how you can generate different income streams. I think the main thing though to remember too is that you have to think too what it is that you value / prioritize, because everything is going to take a lot of work / work. And so what is it that you want to spend your time doing? That's kind of, I think, the guiding question that you can ask yourself when you're first, starting in your journey of exploring those different avenues that you could potentially take. Hopefully this was insightful and gave you a sense of your possibilities. And with that, let's go get that bread and keep shining. Bye.